Okay, then why do you disagree with that?
Because there are examples of lots of animals living without reason.
Right, well, but not people.
And we told you there is no clear dividing line like that, between a hominid ancestor that didn't need reason, and then one day, bang, magically, you had a human being who did need reason. Huh?
Why do you believe that?
Why do you believe?
Because there's absolutely no evidence of such a line. What we have is a slow progression of intelligence, a slow progression between early hominids and human beings.
Right.
Andrew, you agree with evolution, right?
I agree with evolution.
Have you read much, like Richard Dawkins, for example, on the subject?
I have not read his book.
Okay.
No, I've read books on evolution, but not.
Okay,
not Richard
but
Dawkins
I mean, you understand the point that there is nothing fundamentally magical about humanity.
I never said there was.
One particular branch.
Yes, you are saying that there is. You're saying.
In what way?
You are saying that a thing called a human being is an entity that has to use reason to survive.
Yeah.
And a thing called an animal is something that doesn't have to use reason to survive.
And
actually, I'm not sure you're saying that. You seem to be saying that because animals don't use reason to survive, therefore they can't survive, which is just nonsense. I just want to know, is this
I'm saying,
are we wasting a bunch of time on something that's peripheral?
Certain things in order
caller,
to survive.
Andrew.
Let me give you an example.
Andrew.
Yeah, sure.
We'll take turns.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
My question is, this whole thing, your statement that man must use reason to survive.
Yes.
If I'm saying that right.
I'm saying every
Andrew!
Stop. You're misunderstanding my
let this guy go. Let this guy go.
Right.
Enough.
Sorry, I apologize.
You're
not. I apologize.
Let him go, meaning
he's apologizing.
I apologize if I interrupted you. I just felt like you misunderstood my argument, I think.
I'm just asking you, that you made that statement, and you don't understand our objection when we say that statement is false.
Okay.
And what I want to know is that statement just a peripheral, irrelevant issue that we're wasting time on, or is that central to your argument?
Well, I think every animal does something it needs to do.
That is not my question, Andrew. Okay, goodbye.
This is important.
Goodbye. No, it's not. Wasting my time is not important.
Right.
Good grief.
I'm kind of disappointed because I was hoping we would actually get to some political philosophy.
There's no need. If you can't get past his very first point, it's like completely falls apart the moment it's out of his mouth. And he's not even willing to answer a simple question of, is this an important point?
I hate to go off on this when we don't have an opposing viewpoint on the other end of the line.
Go ahead.
This is the problem one of the problems that I have with Ayn Rand is that she had this way of making these like declarative statements about the way things absolutely are, and then just asserting that they have to be true without really laying out a reasonable case for them.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yes, I would call that characteristic of objectivism.
Yes.
It's all well and good to say there are, the basic premise is there are objective truths, and from those objective truths you can form a accurate understanding of the best way to live. That is a fine thing to say. But then you have to start from actual objective truths, of which man must use reason in order to survive is not one. That is not an absolute objective truth. It's just not.
And it's why I feel like...
I'm not going to explain it again. We've gone over it 3 times.
I feel a lot like the Terminator when I argue with objectivists, because they're going well, obviously smaller government is always bigger than bigger government. Why? Well, because it leads to more freedom. Why? Well, because, it just does. Why? and that's the way it always seems to go. And we're going to get a dozen objectivist emails saying I'm an idiot, and
fantastic.
That's fine.
No, they'll yell at me more because I was meaner.
That's true. Let's see. So we got 3 minutes left in the show. I'm going to... number 2 is too broad. So Autumn in Fort Mill, I think you might be... you're in South Carolina, and you might be the last caller. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
early in the show, I think at the very beginning, there was a comment made about one of the host sons being like the only atheist in his school.
Yeah, that was me. You have to understand, I grew up in Alabama, which maybe you understand being in South Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm in the Bible Belt, and I relate to this because of I'm a middle school student, and I get a bunch of flack for just being honest. I get a lot of people parading around singing hymns to me and telling me what a bad person I am.
Yeah.
And do you have any advice about what I could say, or besides just ignoring it?
Well, I mean, you know, I don't have the same experience because I was having that experience when I was like 5 to 7, something like that. And, you know, the kids in kindergarten didn't really know what to make of me. They were like, you don't believe in God, isn't that weird? And they didn't get the idea that I was somehow morally corrupt. In middle school, I mean, all I can say is it sucks to be in your position because, you know, it's already tricky to navigate the social minefield that is middle school, where everybody is looking for an example of somebody being different. But what I can say is count yourself lucky that that you're at a point right now where you're still learning stuff and you're going to sort of go through the ringer of having to stick to your guns if you want to, and you're going to encounter a lot of opposition, and you're going to do a lot of reading and research that tells you how to deal with these things that are coming at you all the time, and I think you are going to be eventually a really powerful atheist advocate.
Yeah, I've already...
I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah. I've been reading the Bible. I actually downloaded a King James Version audiobook, and it helps me fall asleep at night.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid I have to wrap it up because we're running out of time.
Hang in there.
Thank you for taking my call.
All right.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
So that's our show. That's our crew. Come to Threadgills after the show on Riverside Drive. We're looking forward to meeting you. Thanks, Jeff. And
thanks, Russell. This turned out to be a great show.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks to our awesome crew, and goodbye.
Bye, folks.